I'm Paul Pearson, host of Star Time. And when I'm not cooking up a batch of my famous wood-flavored chicken, I'm listening to Rainier Avenue Radio World.
Have you ever went over a friend's house to eat and the food just ain't no good?
Are you a small business owner in Seattle who was impacted by COVID-19? The Seattle Office of Economic Development is investing $8 million to connect small businesses to operating capital. The Small Business Capital Access Program will lower the cost of Washington State Small Business Flex Fund loans by paying down 25% of the loan principal. Eligible small businesses can borrow up to $150,000 with a 4% interest rate to cover expenses like payroll, rent, utilities, and supplies.
What's going on, world? It's your boy OG Mambo.
And your guy D Money. Join us along with Pint Size Patron and ID Yourself
Here on Fresh Juice at Rainier Avenue Radio.
every Wednesday hump day from 9 to 11 Pacific.
Get exclusive interviews from your favorite artists, all the hottest music, and updates on what we got going on in the world.
That's every Wednesday, 9 to 11 p.m. on Seattle's Rainier Avenue Radio.
Hi, I'm Paul Pearson of Star Time. Did you know that back in the 1930s, Rainier Avenue Radio operated out of a supply closet in the Columbia City Seafirst Bank? Well, times have changed and so have we. Now you can hear all the great Rainier Avenue Radio shows on our mobile app for Android and iPhone. It's completely free on the Google Play Store and the iPhone App Store. The Rainier Avenue Radio app.
Welcome to the Fitness Corner. I'm your host, Mark Bryant, and you're going to get a whole total body workout on my show, starting off with a warm-up, aerobics, strength training, cool down, and stretching every Friday from 11:30 to 12 right here on Rainier Avenue Radio.
You probably have questions about COVID vaccines. Here are some answers about how they're being made.
How are COVID vaccines being produced faster?
Usually, vaccine testing and production are separate steps. But because of the pandemic, vaccines are being developed on parallel tracks. So both steps are happening just at the same time.
How are the vaccines being tested?
Right now, several different COVID vaccines are in testing. Each go through multiple clinical trials with up to thousands of volunteers.
How do vaccines get approved?
Not all COVID vaccine versions will make it to the final stages of testing and approval. Produced vaccines that do not pass clinical trials will be destroyed. But for those that do pass, a team of medical experts will examine test results and possible side effects. If the vaccine is effective and safe, it gets approved and gets to you. Go to covidvaccinewa.org to learn more. A message from the state of Washington.
This is Rainier Avenue Radio .world.
Hello, everyone. Hi. Happy New Year's. Oh my goodness. I haven't seen y'all since last year. Sorry, I couldn't resist that corny joke. Anyways, welcome to Clean Greens Living, broadcasted live on Rainier Avenue Radio. It is your host, Queen Bree. I am excited to be here. Look, y'all, I got my windows open. It's pretty outside. It's saying it's 45 degrees and partly cloudy, but you know, the sun is shining over here. I guess that's because Bronze Goddess is in the house. I have a lot of nicknames. Anyways, I want to get to the show, but before we get to the show, I want to do a land acknowledgement. We acknowledge that we are on traditional land of the people, the first people of Seattle, the Coast Salish past and present. We honor with gratitude the land itself, the Duwamish, Snoqualmish, Nisqually, Suquamish, Nisqually, Snoqualmie, and Muckleshoot tribes. We acknowledge what has also happened to impact the Black lives in our community in Seattle due to redlining and oppressive mechanisms for anti-Blackness caused by leaders in our community, politicians, and business people. If you have a story and you have been, you have lost the will, I can't even talk. What is going on? You know what? My goal for this year is to get it together and to read. But right now, let's just say this. If you are a family who has been pushed out of the Seattle area due to redlining, due to oppressive mechanism, and was unable to pass down generational wealth to your family, please reach out to us at www.blackdollardaystaskforce.org. And thank you. All right. Sorry, I'm over here trying to multitask. I literally cannot multitask this year. I have some special guests on the show this week. And I want to bring them on, but one of them is having technical difficulties. So we'll bring DeMarcus on in the meantime. I wanted to introduce you guys to our staff that has come on in the past season. The last two shows, we talked about goals, and we talked about personal goals. We talked about how we can get those goals started. How can we organize our goals? This past week, I have been doing just that for myself. We talked about writing them down and writing out dates. And I wanted to bring the team on so that we could talk about what's new, what's happening, what we're going to be doing for Clean Greens. Right now, we're working, but the farm is closed due to the season. So right now, we're working to make plans for this coming season. I am so excited. I'm so excited to have
it's gonna be busy.
Busy? All right. Well, look, I'm excited. I'm ready. I'm working on one of my goals is to work on getting my energy back. So I'm going to be ready when it's time. So DeMarcus, Happy New Year. Welcome on.
Happy New Year to you.
Welcome back. We love having you on. You keep us entertained. Look, a little disclaimer, we never know what's going to come out his mouth, y'all. So
you never know.
So DeMarcus, how was your New Year? How was your holiday season?
Man, it was wild. You know, it was fun, but a little tough. You know, we all go through our ups and downs. I had got a little sick, but then I overcame it. And now I'm here, you know. And through the off season, I've just been thinking about the things that we got to do that's coming up, and I've been just working on different ideas and different recipes for different salads we might be interested in. You know,
DeMarcus came on, and I want to say August, was it?
Yes, it was. It was August. I came late.
You didn't come late. You came right on time. Jesus sent you right on time. We needed you out here in this farm. You came out and you hit the ground running. I mean, like, he came out on the farm. He was already knowing like what to do. He killed it out there. And I know that
you got knowledge at the tip of your fingertips now. So anything that I do, I'm going to elevate it in it because I have the knowledge at the tip of my fingertips. Like anything I start doing, I can learn anything about it because I get up and read about it, you know, and start doing it, you know. There's nothing. Say what?
Go ahead. What was you going to say?
Well, the way things are nowadays, it's easier to prepare yourself for things that you have to do, you know, because knowledge is more accessible.
Yeah, that's true. And you also worked on a farm before, right?
Yes, ma'am. I lived out in Birmingham, Alabama, because I got too bad in Seattle, and they had to send me to my folks out there where I learned to walk straight instead of with a limp. No. They make your ass walk straight. Hey, if you don't hear grandma call you one time, it's your ass. Out there, yeah, they didn't play. So that kind of like helped me be the man I am today. Not just my parents, but my grandparents, my uncles, everybody had input, you know.
So how I'm surprised because, you know, most people don't like coming out on the farm. So what your farm experience as a child and then coming to work with us today, what about it that made you
you know what? I have my doubts. But because when I when I was at the farm in Alabama, of course I worked for free, didn't get paid. I was washing pigs and stuff like that, you know. But now as a man, I go out there and I do this stuff. I really like the outdoors, you know, and planting and growing. It gives you a sense of, I don't know, it's like power. It's like you learn how to build a house from top to bottom, you know, it's security, you know, learning to plant your own produce. What's the word I'm looking for? Agriculture. You know, that's a big thing to get into, you know.
I love how you say, look at this. I love how you say it gives you back your power, because you
Yeah,
know when I go
it's
out there,
agriculture because think about it, like black folks, right? This did our agriculture at the beginning when we were slaves. We did all this agriculture work for everybody, and they all came up. You know, now it's our turn. You know what I mean? We black folk need to get more into agriculture and do it for themselves this time. You know what I mean? And it, you know, it's different things. It's so many different things you can do with it. You know, I like to be I'm an entrepreneur type of guy, right? I like to do business and stuff like that. And through agriculture, it helped me see a lot of things that I like to do that I didn't know that I was gonna like. You know, so I ended up seeing a lot of stuff I didn't see before. You know, this time with you guys. You know, and then your reverend being so open-minded and business orientated also allows us to even elevate even bigger. You know what I mean? Like I really like y'all. I mean, y'all are real cool, man. And
feeling is mutual.
yeah.
You and Christina, I feel like you guys came in and you guys literally it was like you guys are literally God sent. You're on mute, I can hear you. You guys are God sent. Like the way you guys set up stuff, you guys like for the harvest dinner, that setup of the produce was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was so beautiful, and it exceeded my expectations. Like you guys literally, not to say that I never thought that you guys was a hard worker, but you guys are exceeding expectations for the little time you guys are here. So I'm
Right.
super excited on what's to come. And I hear Christina is ready, but she only has audio, which is fine.
Okay.
I want to bring Christina on too to talk to her. Christina is. We'll have to put a picture up of her on our website. I wanted to introduce everyone to the team that's going to be working with Clean Greens this year. Super excited about what's to come. I mean, the short time that they came here, so much got done that I already know that this year is about to be like going off with a bang. So I just
Oh
want
yeah.
to hear
It's
from you
gonna be
guys. I
good.
want to introduce you guys. I wanted to talk about you know, what are your goals this year for Clean Greens, and do you have any personal goals? And what is your technique to get started on your goals? So I'll
Well,
start with, wait, Christina, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Oh, you sound like, girl, you got a good radio voice. We gotta get you on here, honey. You sound like a newscaster.
yeah.
Look,
Okay,
if we can just do voice, I'm cool with it. I was not trying to get on camera today. Hey,
we'll get
DeMarcus.
Man,
that.
I shouldn't have got on camera neither. Well, I don't care.
Nah.
You are good, Bree. You got to give me your stylist information. Those are beautiful locks. Those goddess locks.
I know, got her looking fly on here, huh?
You guys better stop. We're gonna talk about Clean Greens, not me. But
Okay.
keep going. No, just joking. But no, seriously. Okay, guys. Okay, so I'm excited to have you here. I'm excited for everybody. And look, we just all meshed. Like you guys are literally like, I love that you guys are on here. So what? Okay, so Christina, how did you get involved with Clean Greens?
I just been like secretly stalking the organization for years, just following. I heard about Clean Greens first when I was attending Mount Zion I always have to think about like how old my kids were then I know like what year it was. So I think it was like 09 or 10 or something, but I always knew what Clean Greens was doing, what they were about in the community, and I always knew it was awesome. And I always knew Lottie Cross's name affiliated with Clean Greens. And so I just literally ran into DeMarcus, delivering some produce.
Real quick.
Huh?
DeMarcus,
Yes.
can you do something for me? We're getting feedback. Thank you.
Wait a minute. Hold up. How do I do this? Oh, I see it.
He's so funny.
Yes, he is.
I ran into DeMarcus, kind of like I ran him down, actually. I was like, was that Clean Greens? She was trying to deliver some produce. And then, I just ran up on him like, hey, are you with Clean Greens? Like, I've been hearing about you guys. Like, and then he just like literally put me on the phone with you, Bree. He's like, yeah, we're Clean Greens here. This is my boss.
Right. That was so random, but I was happy. But also I was like, oh my God, I don't have time to talk to anybody. I was so overwhelmed with so much to go on. But when I got to talk to you, I was so excited that you wanted to come on. And then we met. And I don't know, for me, I just felt like it was an instant connection. Like instantly, I was like, okay, I know she's going to work out. And
I got that on the first trip out to the farm with you guys. Yes. I was like, this is hilarious. What have I gotten myself involved with? I love it.
The conversation was off the chain.
And then it's so like, I was like nodding my head when DeMarcus was talking about the work, like doing the work. It's just really like meaningful. Like it's like what we're doing for the community, and then, what we're doing for ourselves, because I don't know about you guys, but like when when it's farm season, when we're harvesting, like I'm eating way better, and so, and that just goes along with, you're more prone to eat more healthy if you grow your own food. So, and that's, and that's what you asked the question. I don't want to forget one of my goals that I would love to see Clean Greens, get more involved in it. I know Pastor's already talking about it with the giving away of the vegetable starts, is empowering people to grow their own food more in our, in our community and our Black people, for our diets and, for our generations to come.
Nice. DeMarcus, you want to take us off mute and tell us one of your goals that you want to see coming up with Clean Greens?
Well, one of my goals I want to see with Clean Greens is that we lose no more greens to the weather.
Yes.
And one of my other goals is that we process those greens, freeze dry those greens, put them in package, sell them.
See, that's what I love about DeMarcus. DeMarcus got like his mind be going. He be like, y'all, he be making some plans.
Yeah.
He be making some plans.
And that's one thing I believe that we can do right away, because that's something that we got more of, and then that's something that we lost a whole lot of. You know what I mean? All that stuff could have been chopped down, freeze dried. We would have freeze dried it. It would still be good right now. You know what I mean? And did that idea that we got.
If you guys are just tuning in, you're tuning into Clean Greens Living, broadcasted live on Rainier Avenue Radio. It is your host, Queen Bree. I am here with my team, DeMarcus, who you see by face. Christina has joined us by phone. We are talking about some goals that we have with Clean Greens. We are right now in the process of planning our upcoming season, our grow list. So if you are out there and you are listening and you have any feedback or you have any produce that you would like to see us grow out on the field, please reach out to us and email us and let us know. We want to hear from you guys. Christina just mentioned about a start giveaway that we're getting ready to start doing. We're getting ready to start this season, welcoming our community in to empower them to grow their own food at home. It is so important that we learn, especially us as Black people, like DeMarcus said before, we got to learn to start growing food for ourselves and not just relying on grocery stores. We got to take that mindset out of slavery and come back. And, people don't understand that farming was in
Yeah,
our roots.
because that's why we. Oh, sorry about it. Sorry.
Oh, no, I was going to say that, farming was in our roots before we became slaves. That's why they brought us
Yeah.
here, because
Yeah.
we knew how to farm, because we knew how to provide food. So this is in our DNA. Farming and growing
Right.
in our DNA. And like Christina said, when we are out there, yes, I want to eat better. When I go out on a farm, the fresh air makes me want to it makes me feel better, it makes me want to get moving. It is a whole, when we talk about getting healthy, when we talk about doing better with our lives, it gives you, it's like this whole come to Jesus where you're like, okay, I need to do this and I need to do that. And even though the farm is closed, even though we don't have any clean greens produce available, when I go to the store, I tend to choose organic.
Right.
I'm spending a little bit more, but it's worth it.
It
And
is.
so I buy organic. I still eat the produce. I still make sure when I eat my dinner that I have some kind of vegetable on my plate. And what were you going to say,
Right.
DeMarcus?
Huh?
What was you going to say about growing food?
Oh, yeah, you took the words out of my mouth.
Oh, yeah. So we will be
about
Mhm.
yeah, about our people, and about how a lot of us are reluctant to want to do that type of work because we're tired of getting worked. You know what I mean? Or we've seen the old movies, we've seen the slavery movies and all that. So your idea of our idea of what's good for you is different, because we're looking at rappers, we're looking at all these other things that's coming up. We don't think that the farmers and the farming is where all the money's at, because they're not broadcasting that type of deal and saying that that's the deal, but really that's one of the best things you can do with your life is to get into agriculture. That's what I believe.
I agree. Getting into agriculture, having your own garden. What are some ways for people to, and either one of you guys can answer this, or both of you guys can answer this. What are some ways people can get into starting their own garden? Christina, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm sorry.
you-
I knew DeMarcus had an answer, so I was gonna give him like 3 seconds. But I mean, really, it just depends on what kind of learner you are, probably. If you like to do things in person, you like to make connections.
Something is glitching where I can't hear you guys.
Seattle is pretty awesome.
My
about
phone
that.
is dying, y'all. I'm gonna be right back.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
I got
You
too
heard
far
him ring?
away.
Go ahead, Christina. Christina? Hello? All right. I guess we lost our.
Oh,
there we
I hear
go.
you.
Okay, go ahead.
I was just saying, I guess it depends on what kind of learner you are. Either find something local. In Seattle, I think, has a lot of organizations. King County Master Gardeners, which I'm proud to be one of them. They are good. They're a good source. And then, yeah. Otherwise, social media, Bree. Like, man, my daughter is not even into agriculture and gardening, but she's always sending me stuff, like TikTok.
I love that. People do that to me too. Like, and I love that because one, for me, it makes me feel that they know that I'm really into this, right?
Yeah.
And that shows that they care about us and they want us to grow. And so I love it when people send me garden stuff and ideas. Like you said, yeah, there's so many avenues and education at your fingertips to get started on gardening. And it doesn't take much.
It doesn't. I think the biggest thing, I mean, with me, like my circle is very small, but finding the balance, prioritizing, finding the balance, making a plan, and going for your goals. Like, I think that's that's where the disconnect is with a lot of people, whether it comes to gardening or eating healthy or, you know, whatever. It's just like, how serious are you about doing it and putting those goals down on paper and then putting it into practice?
And I want to correct myself. Gardening and farming is hard work, but it's not hard work.
You said, I think I heard you say like it's not hard to get started.
That's okay, good. That's what I meant, because I didn't want people like, she said it wasn't hard. They out there like, picking up stuff. It's not hard to get started, but once you get started, like Christina said, and I love that you said that, because the last 2 weeks we've been talking about goals and how to prepare for your goals, how to write them down. And I was trying to find this thing that I seen last night on my desk, but I can't find it right now. Like I'm finding like different ways to break down the goals, because, you know, like the last 2 weeks we talked about goals, but then I found myself sitting there like, okay, well, how do I get started? Like I have all these ideas in my head, and then I seen this block that it was like just these 6 squares, and you just write down the things that you're thinking of, and then you just break those steps down. So when you're starting your garden, write down, what do you see yourself doing in your garden, and then make those steps. And one thing that me and my mom took from the goal planning was putting timestamps on our goals. So when you're starting that garden, making sure you put the time steps on what you need to do, like that was mind blowing for me. So if you're starting a garden, you need to come see us, because we will be teaching some lessons. We will be giving out some starts this year. We have a whole new urban garden coming this spring.
So exciting, like for what that's going to be, especially for the youth, and learning about the business of agriculture. That's like really exciting for me to work with the youth on. Like amazing.
Yes. I'm excited about that too. And you know, there's some fruit trees around there that we got to look into, seeing like, how do you we're about to be learning a whole bunch of stuff, y'all. Clean Greens is trying to go to the next level, and we don't care about sharing our goals, because you know what, if anybody else want to do this, it's enough out there. That's another thing. It's enough community space out there for everybody to get started and to spread the educational wealth in growing your own food. There's some apple trees, I think, out there that we want to learn how to grow, nurse them back to health and maintain. I know that I made some apple pie the other day, and I used organic apples. And so, look, I find myself saving seeds.
Did you save the apple seeds?
Girl, I saved the apple seeds. I saved the lemon seeds.
Okay. Okay. Lemon, you can grow lemon from seed, but you can throw.
You said what? You cut off. Christina? I'm not sure what she was saying, but yeah, hopefully she comes back to tell us, because I know. There we go. She's here. Okay, you said I could grow lemons from seeds, but what happened with the apples?
You can't grow apples from seeds. They have to be grafted. They have to you have to like breed them, or you know, you have to mix the DNA. Yeah, we got some stuff to learn about. Like,
yeah, we do. Because I started, like, when I saved them, I was looking up something about apple. I was looking up how to grow the apple seeds. And I was like, ooh, child, this seems like a lot. So I'm going to wait till I get with the team and talk about it. So, yeah, we got
really? Okay,
Because it says something about, well, you know, I'm listening to you too. You said it's hard to grow. And you know, because we're growing organic, it was talking about growing the apple seeds in a bag. Like you grow them a little bit, and then when they come to fruitation, I guess, or come to that little bud, you got to grow it in a bag to keep the pesticide and disease out. So we about to learn. We about to figure this out.
Nice. Okay.
So I'll save them. And then also, I learned a lot when I went to the Bugs conference, and I want to get some containers and start like growing some stuff at home, like some herbs, and just start my own little garden here. I don't have much space, but I have enough space to start growing. The only thing that deters me is the garden snakes. I don't want to see no garden snake. Daniel, don't you post back up on that screen? But
do you know my little god sister in Alabama? There was a rattlesnake in one of her people's yards. They have rattlesnakes.
Mm-mm.
And so she was talking about starting a garden, and then when her cousin got bit by a rattlesnake, she was like, "I'm good."
Yeah, no. But you know what? I think that's why how they work. Because I always wonder. I think that's why they wear cowboy boots because snakes.
But you're tripping on a garden snake, really, Bree?
They just look gross. I just don't like the way that they look.
We can get over that fear. We should tackle fears too with the youth. Maybe we should go to a pet store and you should hold a snake.
Hell no. Oh, Lord, please forgive me. That's time. That's time, everybody. We gonna work on fears, but I ain't holding no snake. All right. Thank you for tuning in to Clean Greens Living Live broadcast on Rainier Avenue Radio. That is it for this week. We'll see you next week, and we'll continue on this conversation.